Blake Lively is currently suing Justin Baldoni. In the lawsuit, there was an included amount of text message screenshots from his publicist, Jennifer Abel, and now she is allegedly posting on Facebook her side of the story. Full credit to Demois for posting this on their story. They linked it there if you want to go read it yourself. It says here, Jennifer Abel, the publicist at the center of the Blake Lively lawsuit against Justin Baldoni, is allegedly sharing her side of the story. After text messages between Abel and a crisis management expert, lists that were revealed as a part of the lawsuit between Lively and Baldoni, what appears to be Abel herself took to a PR and marketing Facebook group to defend herself and offer her perspective to 21,000 other members. In Blake Lively's lawsuit, she alleges that Baldoni engaged in sexual harassment and orchestrated a smear campaign to damage her reputation. In the text messages, it appears to show that Melissa Nathan, Jennifer Abel, and Justin Baldoni were discussing strategies to discredit Blake Lively and use phrases like bury and destroy. So this is what Jennifer allegedly said. "Hi, I've never thought the day would come when I need to defend myself with my own peers, but this certainly has been interesting and devastating, quite frankly. A couple of days, so here we are, but here are the facts. No, I was never subpoenaed. I found out about my private text messages and emails were included in the complaint after I received it on Friday night, and that New York Times contacted me 1 hour and a half after the receipt. They had already reviewed 80-page document and had questions prepared, and apparently also received thousands of pages of documents with our correspondence that we never saw. It was clear that there was a coordinated effort, nothing we haven't seen before since I've been working in talent PR for over 15 years. I had recently left my previous firm, at which I was still during this campaign, the team who all participated in the campaign and a boss who oversaw, who had access to my work emails and my work phone. So you can deduce from that what you will. What the cherry-picked messages don't include, although not shockingly as it doesn't fit the narrative, is that there was no smear implemented. No negative press was ever facilitated, no social combat plan, although we were prepared for it as our job to be ready for any scenario, but we didn't have to implement anything because the internet was doing the work for us. Sure, we talked about it, contemplated if we needed certain things, flagged accounts that we needed to monitor, worked with a social team to help us stay on the top of the narrative so we could act quickly if needed. And yes, we rejoiced and joked in the fact that fans were recognizing our client's heart and work without us having to do anything but keep our heads down and focus on positive interviews for our client. As the text shows, we joked privately to each other about the internet's feedback to the woman whose team was making our lives incredibly difficult over the course of the campaign. I'm human, the long hours, day-to-day scope. It felt good to see that although we were prepared, we didn't have to do anything over the top to protect our client. Incredibly difficult, you say? In what way? Funny you should ask. I was notified at the start of the campaign that the opposing team had been planting horrible stories about my client as a failsafe. My client did not comply with the demands set forth for the campaign, which is why we brought on Crisis, as it's something that I do. My sole job was put together interviews, screening opportunities, and speaking opportunities for my client in support of the film. Standard scope of the work. I did my job. Now, what kind of woman would work against a woman who was a victim of all the things she claimed? Thanks for asking. After reviewing evidence, fact, hard proof that encountered every single thing that she claimed and demanded at the start of production, I made a choice to stand by my client of almost 5 years who had dedicated his life to equal treatment of others, especially women, who had no incidents of negative treatments of others, and who had a wonderful community and a team at his studio who had all had the same moral fortitude and lived life accordingly. So I did the best of my abilities and felt good about our efforts. Is my client perfect? No. In fact, he says that he's not perfect so constantly to the point that I tell him he needs to be less self-deprecating because it could be taken the wrong way. Are Blake's feelings valid? It's not my position to say or speculate that she was feeling in these moments that she claims, and I would never slam a woman for speaking the truth. But at the end of the day, it's not the truth and there is evidence that proves otherwise. Then as a representative, I have to do what I feel is right as well. Now, some people are saying that the potential screenshots that they shared in the lawsuit were not real. Now you know that they were real. What do you guys think? Let me know your thoughts.